Minnesota Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Indianapolis Colts and the Portland Snowhawks. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. That's caught by Jackson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Mahomes. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And on now is the punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. So now the Colts backed up to start their initial drive. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On the option right is Jackson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Yeah, this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Dixon, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Snowhawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up fourth down.
Here's Jordan Stout now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. We're in. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Pickens. 2nd down and 5. To throw again is Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Colts have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Portland's offense now about set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 44-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mahomes now on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards. And the Snowhawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 174, just one shy of Emmitt Smith in second place. And the Colts have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when every...
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Snowhawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
Now, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
Now Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 31, Mahomes completes it to Dixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Mahomes to throw once more. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be... Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Colts in control of the football as we take you back to the action in the third quarter. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Snowhawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And Jackson throwing once more. Over the middle, complete. That's Peters. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now it's Jackson. And Dixon over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up the first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it. And now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Jackson to throw. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now it's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Derek Stingley picks it. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Mahomes going to throw. A little short pass. This is Everett.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Dixon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Colts in control of the football as we take you back to the action in the 3rd quarter. Now Jackson on 1st down. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Jackson steps away to his left. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Jackson. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Mahomes. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. He's got a man complete. And out of bounds on the other side.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Jackson to the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson forced out to his left.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Peters. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Peters. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. It's J.J. Watt. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division.